Audio Jungle.
The Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Ola Olukoyede. Ordinarily, he would have loved to be here in person, but for some other engagements, he has mandated me to come and stand in for him. And he extends his goodwill and profound gratitude to the conveners of this Nigerian Stakeholders Conversation on digital economy transformation. The EFCC fully identifies with the objectives of this program, which is aimed at harnessing the tech skills of young Nigerians for the benefits of our economic development. I would say that all of us are aware of the tremendous skill that our young citizens possess, especially in technology. We are all aware of the marvelous things that Nigerians are doing, especially in the fintech ecosystem. I doubt whether there is any other country in Africa that has the kind of resource that this nation has in terms of the deployment of technology by young persons in all areas of economic development. Unfortunately, that is where the good news ends. For us in the EFCC, we have found a situation where young Nigerians who are also very skilled in technology are deploying those skills in unhealthy endeavors, especially cybercrime. From our investigation, I will tell you for free that most of the investigation by the Commission and a significant proportion of the prosecution and conviction that we have recorded has to do with young Nigerians who are involved in cybercrime. The law that established the EFCC gives us the mandate not only to investigate them, but to prosecute and convict if possible. But that for us is not a thing of joy. It does not give us fulfillment to see many young Nigerians ending up in jail, because some of them do not realize the implication of being convicted. There are so many things that you get denied once you become a felon. There are so many aspects of our national economic development that they will not be able to participate in the future. The very prospect that most of our citizens, young citizens, will be denied that opportunity to contribute to national development in the future, for us is a painful prospect. And we want to change that narrative, which is why the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has looked inward and discovered that enforcement alone cannot solve the problem of cybercrime. We have thought about using prevention as a tool to address the issue of youth involvement of criminality across the board. Many of you may not be aware, apart from arresting people who are involved in fraudulent activities, within the Commission, we take effort to ensure that we also counsel people who are arrested, especially on cybercrime, to see how we can change them, how we can change their mindset, how we can reorientate them to depart from the path of criminality and embrace genuine and legitimate use of technology to improve their lives. And a few of them have been changed. We also, from time to time, invite convicted fraudsters, those who have served their term and have become repentant, to come in and talk to people that we have in custody. The objective to see how we can change some of them who are willing to change. And I believe that is the way to go, to get these youngsters to change from the bad use of technology to positive use of their skills. Because I believe, and the Commission believes, that there is so much opportunity out there for them to deploy that skills that they have, instead of using such skills for criminal purposes. And that is the reason why we have wholeheartedly embraced this initiative by flex that Daniel, the FSO, and his group. Because we want to see how we can direct the skills and energy of young Nigerians away from criminality to positive pursuit. And I have the privilege of looking at the synopsis of the book that he has written, The Talent in Boot. And I believe that there is so much that is packed into that document that can assist us in addressing the issues of youth involvement in cybercrime. I want to inform us that early this year, specifically in January, the EFCC organized a cybercrime summit here in Abuja that brought together leadership of all tertiary institutions in Nigeria, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and our development partners. And the objective of that summit, similar to what we have today, was to look at ways in which we can also address the issue of youth involvement in cybercrime. So many ideas came out of that talk show. And I will share some of those ideas with you. A lot of people believe that some of our youth are involved in cybercrime and other criminality because of unemployment. They also believe that sometimes peer pressure is an influence. Those two factors are not sufficient. No one factor can explain the disposition of youth to cybercrime. I would believe that the resource that this conversation is providing us today is deeply the conversation in terms of the opportunities that youth can actually leverage on to improve their economic health, both as a person and the health of our nation economic-wise. And so I commend the initiative, I commend that Talent in book, and I want to say that EFCC recognized the enormous work that has gone into that publication, and we believe that the ideas there, if they actually looked at critically, will help us in channeling the energy of our vibrant youth away from criminality to useful purpose. We will continue to encourage young Nigerians like Mr. Yefuso to partner with the EFCC and other anti-corruption agencies to take away some of these people away from crime to purposeful use of technology. Technology is something we cannot run away from because that is the future of the whole world. And so we must find a way to ensure that our youth who are good in these skills, who have these skills, deploy them in a purposeful way so that our nation can benefit from it. It does not help us if we are known across the world for cybercrime and the reputation of our nation is soiled because of this. Some of you sometimes criticize the commission when we arrest fraudsters. And those who do that do not realize the implication of cybercrime on the health of our nation, on the reputation of our nation. Once you leave the shores of this country, the way you are looked at is because of the activities of fraudsters. The reputation of Nigeria is at stake so long as young Nigerians continue to defraud citizens of other countries of their hard-earned money, and we do not frown at it. We will continue to have that challenge. So we welcome all well-meaning citizens who recognize the implication of cybercrime on the economic health of our nation to join forces with us so that together we can check this great problem. And before I drop the mic, let me also add that irrespective of the ideas that is contained in that book, I believe that there is need for a fundamental shift in terms of values for our nation. The foundation of our moral values is threatened by the emphasis that we have placed on wealth. It is really saddening that parents across the country do not frown at solid wealth by their children. You find a situation where undergraduates who are being fed and catered for by their parents suddenly becomes wealthy and nobody asks questions. Across our campuses, you have young people who are driving cars that their parents can only have in their dreams, and nobody asks questions. There is no way we can solve this problem until we look inward and find a way to emphasize the core value that we have always cherished as a nation. There is no Nigerian ethnic group that celebrates stealing. Fraud or trickery is another name for stealing. And we need to revive that core values that we have as a nation to check these menace. On that note, I want to congratulate the EFCC and his team for the work that they have done, and also reassure them that the EFCC is there at all times to collaborate with you, because it's in the interest of our nation to stem this menace which is behind us for good. Thank you for your time.
Audio Jungle.